And welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a quick preview of the Livingston match tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I think a very vital game for Celtic to get themselves back on an even keel and back into confident form in preparation for the big Rangers Glasgow derby match a week tomorrow rather. Also a couple of wee bits of Celtic news and a couple of also bits of channel news as well. Big day for the channel. First video to go over 1,000 views, just completed yesterday, which is wonderful, and subscriber numbers going up rather rapidly and approaching my next target, which is 150, which might sound small potatoes to a lot of the other channels, but for me, just doing this for fun and because of my love of Celtic, getting to 150 would be great, and obviously moving on from there. And I am massively grateful to all those who are viewing and subscribing, and also to those popping comments in the comment section regarding players, regarding the club, regarding the videos. So thank you so much to all the subscribers. And if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Now, moving on to the bits of Celtic news. As I've been mentioning for quite a number of weeks on the channel, the Asian Cup potentially can be quite a big disruption to Celtic for the first 6 weeks of 2024. A lot of other sites have been saying it's a big surprise that Marco Tilio was called up by Australia for the Asian Cup. However, Marco Tilio is a highly respected and admired player in Australia. He has played for Australia in the last Olympics in the football tournament, was at their World Cup squad for the Qatar World Cup this time last year, is part of the Olympic Australian squad as well, played a couple of friendlies as part of that in the last international window, and the Australian manager has said that he was going to use the Asian Cup as being primarily a warm-up for the Olympic squad, and so it was absolutely no surprise to me to see Tilio's name in Graham Arnold's squad, along with a few other Hibs and Hearts players too, and Arnold saying that he hopes that Tilio's games in the Asian Cup will get him back into Brendan Rodgers' plans, and I sincerely hope that too. And also said that Tilio is an excellent squad player, covering wide on the right, wide on the left, through the middle, and as a second striker option as well. And I really hope that Celtic in the next 5 months explore using Tilio to all his different roles and capabilities. Wee bit of sad news for those who follow the women's team. Fran Alonso, the manager, is just about to leave to go and manage in the American Women's Soccer League with Houston Dash. Houston Dash, one of the top teams in the American Women's League. A very big budget for players and contracts, etc. And so it's sad to see him go. No word yet on a replacement for him, whether that be promoting someone internally or whether bringing in a manager from the outside. And so for those who do follow the women's side, I'll keep you up to date as and when the news comes through. Interesting also, very quickly, the Celtic board has ruled out the European Super League, which I find a little bit confusing and bemusing because with the teams who are behind the European Super League being teams such as Real Madrid, Barcelona, the two Milan clubs, the big four London clubs, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, I think that if Celtic don't get involved in the European Super League, we could well be lost behind and get further and further back in Europe. However, The board has pledged allegiance and loyalty to UEFA and to the revised Champions League, and so we'll see what develops. But um, with the way things are going in terms of the way football is financed these days and the power of money and TV, it may be that the European Super League, replacing the current European Cup competitions, as midweek fixtures, may well come to pass no matter what the board or fans feel. One last piece of news was it was slightly disappointing hearing Liam Scales in yesterday's press conference using words like Brendan Rodgers' comments have hurt the players, and that the words weren't nice. Also, rather oddly, that the players were feeling we can't just show up. Um, we feel we sometimes expect it to just happen without taking it by the horns. It seems very odd that the players think they can just turn up for a game and automatically win. Same way that often hear that Celtic have the automatic right to win every single tournament, every single trophy and league, and everything has to be fought for, everything has to be played for. And it was disappointing hearing that the players seemed to be rather demoralised and their confidence bruised by Rodgers' very public criticism of the players, which I think is always counterproductive. And also, the very concerning that the players have this attitude that they're automatically going to win without even having to try that hard. And again, I feel that comes probably from Rodgers not motivating, not coaching, and preparing the players properly. However, moving on, hopefully things take a turnaround tomorrow against Livingston at 3 o'clock. Livingston, after all, are currently the bottom club in the Premiership. Livingston do tend to give us quite a difficult game normally. Hopefully, we can keep full 11 players on the pitch and Joe Hart doesn't go walkabout and get himself sent off again. And hopefully, after a week of training at Lennoxtown, hopefully the defence is much better organised and we can take on Livingston physically and also outpace them, outpass them, outshoot them, and massively outscore them. With regards to my predicted or suggested team, I would go with Hart in goals. Hopefully, not for terribly much longer. Hopefully, we get that position rectified as soon as possible within the January window. At right back, I'd go for Alistair Johnston, although I fear Rodgers will go for Ralston. In central defence, I'd go for CCV and Gustav Lagerbielke. Ordinarily, I would go for Nawrocki, but Nawrocki's had no match time for absolutely ages, and so Lagerbielke moves in at left centre back, with Liam Scales moving one over to left back to replace the demoralised Greg Taylor, whose confidence in form has completely been shot beyond recognition. I think also we need to have strong, combative defender down that left side, as so many teams are exploiting that side of our defence. Moving into midfield, I think we'll go with a midfield of Callum McGregor, Paulo Bernardo, and Matt O'Riley, with McGregor encouraged to get forward as much as possible, with, when that occurs, Paulo Bernardo covering behind him. I feel again that Turnbull is going to get played by Rodgers, which leaves us basically with one third of a midfielder because Turnbull does so little covering back. And wide on the right, Dyson Maeda, wide on the left, Lewis Palma, and through the middle, Kyogo. I seriously hope we're not going to see Mikey Johnston being given yet another chance wide on the right. And I think it's time for Maeda and Palma to form a partnership down the sides, coming in as inside forwards to support Kyogo, and also having Kyogo again playing right on the last defender's shoulder, using his pace and skills and great timing to get himself through to score the goals that Celtic need to push forward to the title. Just about finishes things for today. Again, if those who've enjoyed the video or the general content of the channel, please do consider clicking that like and subscribe button. And as always, do feel free to pop your comments into the comment section. And we'll leave things at that point there. Chat again tomorrow, hopefully after our wonderful massive 6-0 win for Celtic against Livingston that gets us back on the rails and back on the path to winning the Cup and the double this season. So goodbye and hail, hail.